I can't wait, man. Like 3 days away, baby. Woo! This is crazy. I can't even believe this is happening. This fight is flipping stacked. I mean, you got Jose, you got Marlon, you got Max, you got Nunes on the same, all on the, Kamaru, everybody all on the same card. Like, dude, come on. Like, it doesn't get much better than this. I can't believe it's happening on my birthday. It's there. Ho ho ho.
What's good, y'all? It's Dale. Hope y'all having a nice day. It's finally upon us. UFC 245. I mean, this card is stacked like some pancakes. And this card is ridiculous. If you're a UFC fan, you tuning in 100%. It just so happens to be on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Which is an added bonus. This camera is so weird. Like, I can't ever, like, be, like, really, it's not straight. It's always like at an angle or something. I don't know. You gotta figure this out. There are 3, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 3. Shout out to LeBron. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 3. World championships, baby. You know what I'm saying? How can you not get pumped for that? We got the reigning, defending welterweight champ, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare, which is, by the way, like super
Intimidating nickname.
We got versus Colby. I like to call him Colby Cardio Covington because I do keep a ridiculous pace. But really it's Colby Chaos Covington, and which, I'm super freaking excited. So I just watched the countdown recently, and it's like, I was like, man, we got Kamaru, we got Holloway, I kind of got lost in all that, and I kind of slept on Nunes a little bit and Germaine, but I mean not really, because I know that she's the GOAT. And I know she's super freaking exciting right now. But, it was kind of in the back, like, of my mind. But, man, dude, that blew me away. Like, on the countdown, like, Germaine is super inspiring. She wants to come back. She really believes she can do it. She's like, so many people told me I should quit and this and that. That's a dope fight. And it's crazy. For anybody can relate, anybody can really relate to that. It's like people tell you quit. She's like, nah, man, I'm going to keep going. And, it's super inspiring. She's a real threat, man, to Amanda. Amanda's kind of, she's been so dominant. I mean, Cyborg fight was a toss up. You didn't really know, but, Germaine is a world-class kickboxer, man. I think she's like 43 and I think she's like 43 and 0. I'm not in kickboxing, like 43, I don't know, like 40 stoppages or something like that. 40 KOs. Yeah, man, she's a real threat. She's long, for the division. She's tall. She's strong. This is a real good test, man. And yeah, this is gonna be fireworks, man. And then Nunes, you know what I'm saying? She's a GOAT. I mean, what can you say? She's the GOAT right now. I mean, we've never seen somebody so dominant in the female division. And with the females, just wrecking shop, man, just knocks out Cyborg in friggin' the first round. I mean, that was just ridiculous, man. I mean, the place went nuts. You want to talk about, a dominant, there's never been such a dominant female, in probably, shoot, I don't know, in sports. I know there's that girl, the boxer Wolf, Anna Wolf or something like that, but I don't know, if anybody's been this kind of, electrifying and stuff. I remember when she beat, when she knocked out Cyborg, man, everybody, the whole arena went nuts, dude. That was insane. And, she's a double champ. I mean, what can you say, man? It's like she's a double champ. She brings it, man. We're about to find out if Germaine has actually worked on her ground game. It's been 6 years, I think, since the last time. And so we're about to find out. And obviously she's made a lot of improvements, most likely, but we're about to find out for real. And if she can, it's going to be interesting. But she also has the striking to back it up. She also has the striking. So man, that's gonna be a real dope fight. We got Max Bless Holloway, what I'm saying, on the featherweight king, defending the throne against Alexander Volkanovski, which he's like super confusing to me because I don't know if he's Russian or Australian or what, but last name is definitely Russian, I think, but I think he's Australian or something like that. But anyway, Volkanovski, man, he looking menacing, dude. He looking like a threat. He got cardio too. That's a good fight. This is what you want, man. You want Max to be tested against the best. And Volkanovski is just that, what I'm saying, coming off the win against Jose Aldo. He's freaking right there. And we got the main event, Kamaru, Usman, the welterweight king versus Colby, Covington. We got so many other good fights, man. There Matt Brown's on the card, which I was wondering when my boy Brown was gonna be back. I think we got Mike Perry on there versus let's see I don't know. We got Mike Perry. We got just a lot of freaking good fights, man.
Alright, man, so let's get into it. Let's break down the card real quick. We got my guy Blessed over here looking like he just, what I'm saying, he just killed like a mammoth or something. What I'm saying? He got that warrior cry. So episode 2 is up already. And yeah, man, we're finna go to the events. Let's break this thing down. I'm not gonna do all the fights because I don't know everybody. But I'm just gonna do the ones I do know. Make sure to go get this, man. It's gonna be fire. You know what I'm saying? If I had the moolah like that, I'd be all up on this, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one day I can go. That would be freaking a dream come true. And I might be going to B-dubs, like I said, with my guys. Let's also preview some upcoming fights. We got Korean Zombie versus Edgar. Woohoo! This is how much of an absolute G Edgar is. I believe he took this fight, and he's still gonna fight my guy Corey Sandhagen. I think like after this, like 2 weeks after this. I mean, this dude is insane. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's Cowboy like, but even Cowboy, I don't think he took him, that early, but that's freaking crazy. All right, man, before we start this, I hate doing this because it's kind of like, it's way overplayed. But I'm gonna do it in some videos. I don't do it every video. But man, if you liking this, or if you rock with me, you know what I'm saying, hit that subscribe and hit the bell too. You know what I'm saying? Just help me. It just helps me kind of, you know what I'm saying, help me support this channel, keep going. Good feedback is always appreciated. Man, look at Thompson doing his thing, man, doing his commercials. You know what I'm saying? Look at that boy Thompson, man. What a fight last taking out Luke, man. Still at it, man. 37, 38 years old, still doing the dang thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and go. Interesting poster, man. Like, I wonder how they come up with these. Like, what is this supposed to? It's not like Native American. Like, neither of these dudes are Native American. It's like a feather or something. It's like diamonds. I don't know. I kind of like it, man. I wonder how they like come up with these. All right, we got the early We got the early limbs. All right, look like I'm fighting right here, which I'm definitely not. Yeah, so we got I don't know who these guys are. Oscar Pecota, Ponahele Suriano. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce some of these, man. Let's see, Vivian Araujo, Jessica I know her. Brendan Moreno, Kai Kata France. I think I heard of him. Chris Hooper. Ooh, this dude's good. Tamer. The Tamer bros are fire. All right, let's go to the prelims. We got Ben Saunders, Ben Killer B Saunders versus my dude Matt Brizal, baby. You already know, like, Brown is never in a boring fight. All right, this dude just is incapable of having a boring fight. Brings it every single time. So does Saunders, man. That should be fireworks. I've been waiting for this dude to come back on the scene. I don't know. He took a little hiatus. Looks like, trying to get his. I think he lost to. I remember. I know he lost to Cowboy. I don't know who he lost to last time. But yeah, man. Super. Shout out to Brown, bro. That dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm super excited to see him back. Super intelligent dude. If you caught him on the Rogan Experience. You know what I'm saying, dude, wealth of knowledge. He's just, IQ's good. Amazing fight. Ian Heinick, I know him a little bit. Omari Akhmedov. Shout out to my Russians, man, with the Medovs, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, man, that's a good one. Middleweight bout. Kathleen Vieira, Irene Aldana. They look familiar. We got Mike Perry, Jeff Neal. Okay, this one is crazy. All right, Mike Perry coming off that, that Rich Franklin nose breaking type performance. You know what I'm saying? That was nasty, man. I don't know how he came back from that one. You know what I'm saying? That was insane. But yeah, he looked like he fixed it or something. And dude, shout out to Perry, bro. He's back in there after that. Most people, they might be freaked out. They might not even come back. The guy's a true warrior coming back against Jeff mother flipping Neal, baby. Woo! This dude is like. This dude is next, man. This dude is like super composed. He's like, he definitely has power. I would say he's definitely more on the power punching side. It's just that, but he's super composed, which is pretty interesting because you don't like the power punching guys are not usually, they don't usually have that much composure. Like they just kind of go berserk. This dude, he's super like he keeps his hands. You know what I'm saying? He does all the right. He doesn't overdo it. He doesn't like overcommit. And so like super impressed. This guy's really I don't know how old he is, but if I say I don't know. I guess we can find out. Can't we? We can with the power of the internet. We can find out. All right, so Jeff. I don't know if you say Jeff or Geoff or something. Geoff. Anyway, he's let's see. Doesn't say his age. I'm sure I could wiki it, but I'm not trying to do that. But yeah, I mean these guys are both powerhouses. I mean if you look at them, you know what I'm saying, they actually have similar build. They're both definitely power punchers. Similar. Well, I guess this guy has a lot more, KO, TKO. But see, he's at 50%, but he's more like calculated. I'd say more subs, 25%. Okay, average fight time, a little bit less. Knockdown average, so he has more knockdowns. Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm not necessarily gonna break this one down, but just real quick. Like I said, I know Perry was training at Jackson's for a minute, and I think he's back now. But he I think I'm saying he learned some stuff there. I think he's back to his place. I think it's like called like I don't know what it's called. It has a pretty cool name. It's like Evolve or something. I don't know. But um, yeah, he's definitely learned a lot, and he's back doing his thing. We're gonna see how that plays out. I think his last fight was without Jackson, and kind of we all see what happened there. Hopefully, I don't know, man. He's learning, and he's definitely not as wild anymore. We're gonna have to see, man. Like he's gonna need all the composure he can get against Jeff, man, because Jeff, you know what I'm saying, like I said, super calculated, cerebral. You can tell, man, by his, you know what I'm saying, he's just stone cold. And he's there to do work, man. Um, he's there to do work. So, like I said, man, Perry's gonna really have to minus P's and Q's here. I am leaning towards Jeff on this one, but shout out, Perry, man. He can definitely win it with, he's kind of really like Tyson ish. He can really, if he can clip you, man, he can get it done. Now we move on to the main Kizard, baby, main card. We got my guy Peter Pan. Yeah, I like to call him Peter Pan. I don't know what his actual nickname is. I'm sure it's not Peter Pan. Ooh, we got against the kid, baby, the Cali kid, Uriah Faber. If you look at my old freaking videos, I actually did a little homage to Uriah, which nobody's gonna probably look at, but yeah, I did him like a little farewell. I can't believe he's back. He's already back for another fight, but I wasn't doing videos then. But ranked number 12, coming off that huge KO. Peter Yan, or Piotr, however you say it, Piotr. Um, that dude's good, man. He's good. No mercy. Okay, well that's way off, but he should definitely beat Peter Pan, yeah. But because I mean, who's gonna come closer to having a name like Peter Pan than this dude? Um, that's gonna be the nickname of the day, I guess, Peter Pan, yeah. But not to change his thing. I just like to make stuff up. Um, so yeah, man. Cali Kid getting back in there. He's like 40 something, which it doesn't really mean too much. I mean, it does mean a lot, but as we've seen with like Couture, you can push it in the sport. It's all about the knowledge. However, Peter, man, or Piotr, Jan's gonna push it, man. Good cardio. It's 135. Good cardio. I'm not too familiar with him, but I know he's good. I know, yeah. So, this is close, man. This is a close one. If Jan can get this done, this is a huge feather. Against a huge name. I mean, that doesn't really get much bigger than Uriah in this division. Uriah, Barao. I mean, those guys are legends of the sport. If Faber can win, if it can go in his favor, you got to, this is a nice little run he's at. But you got to think, man. He's been calling out. I think he's been calling out Triple C, and Henry, and you got to think, man. If he wins this, Jan is kind of he's no slouch. And so, that's closer, and he's a huge name. So, I don't know, man. He might get that fight after this, which is kind of crazy to think. But, it's all about names and stuff at this point. Everybody just wants these big fights. If he loses, though, that might be it for him, honestly. Because, I mean, he can't really afford to lose a fight at this point. But who knows, man? The kid is crazy. He's you never know. He's doing it for love. I mean, if you're coming back out of retirement, he's pretty successful. You're coming back at this point, you're just doing it for the love of the game, like Connor. So that's a good fight, man. Like I said, I don't know who's gonna pull this one. This is close. I didn't really do too much of a breakdown on this one. All right, we got Marlon, the Magic Man, Moraes versus Jose Aldo. This is crazy. I can't even believe this is happening. This fight is flipping stacked. I mean, you got Jose, you got Marlon, you got Max, you got Nunes on the same, all on the, Kamaru, everybody all on the same card. Like, dude, come on. Like, it doesn't get much better than this. I can't believe it's happening on my birthday. Man, I swear this is keeping me alive. Man, you know what I'm saying? I can always look forward to UFC event or any MMA event, Bellator or ONE FC or something. Shout out my guy Vitor's about to fight. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I love this sport. Okay, first of all, I like women, but you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, okay, what is going on like right here? Like, does anybody have a better like more? Okay, I didn't want to make that look like that. Um, does anybody have a more defined? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. What is going on here? I mean, you know what I'm saying? This thing is like etched out of stone right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, dude. Like this is sculpted. Like how does that even happen, man? Marlon, you know what I'm saying? If you watching this, you know what I'm saying? Shout, give your boy, hook your boy up, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just genetics, man. Hit your boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just genetics, man. This dude is defined. I mean, he has a really similar body type to Kamaru, which I'll get to later. Just like no real fat, man. I mean, Jose is not. He's an ectomorph too, I think, but um, you can kind of see like it's not you can see little what I'm saying it definitely got a little more padding. This guy just has like nothing, which is I don't know, it's crazy, but it does go to show that that does play a factor though, because as you can see, he's definitely a first round guy. I mean, against Triple C, he was he gassed. He's definitely a first round, second round, finisher. With that kind of he is not really a cardio type. And neither is Jose though, which makes this pretty interesting. So this is like the best first round fight like of all time, dude. I can't think of anybody. I mean, Perry and Jeff is gonna be close too, but this is for if you like first round like Rock'em. I don't know if it's gonna be Rock'em Sock'em, but for the first two rounds, dude, this is gonna be absolute firework. It should be, unless they both pace themselves. You got 3 against 1. Jose's coming off that loss to Volkanovski, which ironically, they're on the same card. But they're both Brazilians. Both similar height. Everything's. This is gonna be really crazy to see Jose at 135 because similar leg reach. They're doing leg reach now. Similar, similar overall reach, pretty much. KO TKO. I mean, dude, this is a crazy fight. I still can't believe they made this. Similar average fight time. A little bit more for Aldo because he's the champ. Let's see, knockdown average. Definitely more knockdowns on for Marlon. Let's see, significant strikes landed per minute, pretty much the same. Significant strikes absorbed, pretty much the same. A little more on Aldo now he's kind of, getting the Holloway. Holloway really, made this go up. Defense is the same, which is interesting. Grappling's pretty much similar. Takedown accuracy, he's got way okay. So he might be a little better on the ground here. I don't know too much about Marlon's ground game. Takedown defense. Woo! Okay, a lot better here. Okay, so he seems to have a little bit better ground game. Submission average. Okay, well, I guess Marlon. Okay, this just keeps like going back and forth. Marlon has better submission averages. Shoot, man, I don't know. This is really similar. This is really fascinating. But the craziest thing about this is this right here. You know, we've seen Jose struggle to make 145. You know, so how the flip is he gonna do? Can he even make this weight? I don't even know if he can make this. You know, that's gonna be really interesting to see how he looks down there because you know, I think he went up to 55. Yeah, he went up to 55, you know, against like Poirier, I think, or against Max or somebody, and like did not really look that good. Pettis, I think, 155. Yeah, was it Pettis? I think it was Pettis, man. Anyway, so that's gonna be crazy, dude. If he makes it, how drained is he gonna be? He already doesn't, you know, he kind of fades in later rounds. I think it's a 3-round fight anyway, so it's not gonna matter. But you know, you got to think, man. This is crazy. So, yeah, this is really fun. What is 135 Aldo gonna look like? And Marlon's coming back off that crazy loss against Triple C. He's gonna want to redeem himself. He's gonna get right back on it. He's really determined. Yeah, man, this is a crazy one. Alpha, there's nothing too much that stands out here. Like I said, looks like the biggest difference here is the takedown defense. And let's see, takedown defense. Okay, but he has more submissions. So I don't know. I think Jose's a better grappler and wrestler, and so God, if he takes it to the ground, I think it might make a huge difference. I think he might because at this point he's a little more seasoned, and he's a little more like he wants to. He really got to make this count if he wants to move up and challenge again. But you got to think Marlon wants to do that too. And so, these guys are kind of, this might be a little way more calculated than we think. It might not be just a all-out brawl, but then again, it might be. They might play into their strengths. These guys are both finishers. This might be fireworks until someone goes out. So no matter what, though, this should be a good fight. Man, this is hard to pick, dude. These guys are both studs. Like I said, really like both guys. Shoot, man. What the frick? They're so explosive, man. Both of these guys are explosive. You got to think whoever kind of lands first, man. I mean, Marlon can definitely finish. I mean, he's finished his last, like, I don't know, like 3 out of 4 or something like that. Devastating KOs, and Jose, he can finish when he needs to, but otherwise he kind of does coast a little bit. Back when he was a champ, I think that's just to keep the title. But now that he's not, he's back, in with the Sharks, and he's you got to think he might be back to his old ways. And so if he does, fire off like that again, I mean, he finished Cub Swanson, I think, in like 3 seconds or something like that. So, man, this one's hard to pick. Man, these are all freaking close. I mean, that's how you know you got good matchmaking though, when they're freaking close like that. Man, this can go either way, really. You got to think though, Aldo is so much more seasoned, but God, that 135, I think Marlon's just more used to the 135. I think Aldo, he's he might not be used to it that much, and so maybe maybe Marlon would look better. But if Aldo is a champ a long time, I still think he's the goat of the featherweights. Shout out Holloway. Holloway's my guy too, but he's got a I'm saying that the record speaks for itself. I say Aldo's still the goat of featherweights, and until that record is broken. But if he can go back to you know uh, his championship ways and just kind of maybe coast it out and just rely on his on his experience. He's a veteran. I think he might be able to coast it out. Like I said, this is absolutely crazy. Anything could happen, but I am edging towards Aldo. All right, now we move on to the first championship bout. Amanda, the Lioness Nunes versus the Iron Lady, Germaine the Randamine. Like I said, I really like the countdown on this one. Woo, man! Look at this. First of all, double champ, absolutely insane. The first double women's double champ. I think she's the first women's double champ, unless Cyborg had two belts. I don't know. I feel like someone else had two belts, but we got absolutely destroying everybody in her way. We got similar height right here, similar reach. We got similar leg reach, the same actually, against Germaine. She's super exciting, man. Just knocked out Aspen Ladd in her last fight. Super skilled, long, lanky. Holds people at the end of her punches. So does Amanda, though. Kickboxing record is insane. I think it's like 43 or something, and like no losses. I don't know. KO TKO, okay, a lot higher on Amanda's. Submissions higher. Decisions, okay, Germaine got her on decisions. And let's see, average fight time. She has a more average fight time, which makes sense because of his decisions. We got knockdown average a lot more for Amanda, so she's more of a power puncher. We got significant strikes, more on Amanda. Again, significant percentage more on Amanda. Pretty much the same though. Absorbed more, but she takes more risks. She gives out, but she gets more back too. And at 318, defense. Okay, this is where it's gonna get. This is where the difference maker here comes in. Defense. Okay, so Amanda got her last time, ground and pound. I think, yeah, and they fought before. If y'all don't know, and Amanda got her, on the ground. And so this is really interesting. She actually has better takedown defense, so she's gonna really need that. This time, her defense is gonna have to really be good this time against Amanda. So I don't know why I got her at 0 here for takedown average. Maybe she does not take people down, I guess. Wow, that's pretty funny. But so let's see, 176 for Amanda. So that is the big difference here. Takedown accuracy, what I'm saying, 40%. Takedown defense, 88%. So they're pretty similar in the defense, right? And then submission average. So this is also where it's there's a difference. So her submissions or Germaine's submissions are, I don't know if she added more submissions or what, but she's gonna definitely have to have added quite a bit more. She's definitely gonna have to have added some submissions or submission defense, for sure. Right. Yeah, I think, like I said, the grappling is going to be the biggest difference here. You know, if Amanda plans to out grapple her again, that's going to be the biggest difference. But you know, like I said, I'm excited to see the stand up between these two, because you know what I'm saying, they both got nasty stand up. You know, like I said, more power probably on Amanda's part. You know, but Germaine, you know what I'm saying, she's dangerous. She's a sniper. They used to call her. I remember when she was coming up. They used to call her the female Anderson Silva, and so that's how much, you know, praise she get for her striking. So yeah, man. The first championship match of the night. For be fireworks. Like I said, you know, the stand up is gonna be interesting, but if it goes to the ground, you got to give it to Amanda, unless Germaine really pulled something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, Amanda's been getting better too. It's not like she just dominated her before and then she never got better. I mean, she got better too. So you got to think, if they were on the same level before, you know, now they're both, you know, higher, you know, with their both of their levels. You got to think Amanda's still going to be at you know, a level above, but we're going to see. um so, and but the striking is really where this is going to be. I figure it decided, you know, if Amanda comes at her like she did against Cyborg, and just absolutely you know, brings it. I don't know, but Germaine's more seasoned. I feel like she's a better striker than Cyborg. Cyborg's just kind of a lot of power. No, you know, Cyborg's still great, but I mean, she's more power based. It's gonna be tricky, man. It's gonna be interesting. So Nunes got all that confidence going with her. So man, this is a good fight. Um, Shoot, man. You gotta go with the goat right now. You know, you gotta go with the goat. But like I said, Iron Lady, you know, she really got me on the countdown, man. She was like, you know, she was like, whoever, you know, somebody, you know, people, a lot of people told me I should quit. You know, a lot of people told me I should just, you know, stop fighting. And she's like, nah, man, I gotta write this next chapter, you know. And that really got me, man. I was like, wow, you know, she really believes it. And she was really trying, you know, she's trying to really overcome. And and she, you know, she wants to do it, man. And you know, I mean, she's no pushover, man. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a really interesting test. um I'd say this is the most I got, aside from Cyborg. I mean, Holly. I think Holly. I mean, Holly lost to Germaine, so you got to think. But it was real close. A lot of people think that Holly won. Um, and Nunes took care of her. You know, like really. You know, like you know, finished her. And so with that head kick, but you got to think Germaine, I think, is a little more seasoned in kickboxing. Um, I think Holly had a similar record as her, but she had like a little more losses. But I just think, I don't know, man. I think Germaine's like a little more seasoned. You know, she's a little trickier. You know, that. It's gonna be interesting, man. But you know, you got to give it to Amanda, probably. You know, if she doesn't finish it early on, later on she might take her down, and when they're tired, and just finish her there. All right, so here's something I didn't consider. I watched a little media scrum or whatever. Um, and okay, so Germaine said that she said she's a police officer, as well as being a fighter. All right. Like, I'm sorry, man, but she's gonna lose. You know what I mean? Like, you can't take on the goat and be a police officer on the side. Like, all freaking credit to her for doing that, and for protecting people and stuff like that. She's a good person, but like, I'm sorry, dude, but you can't beat freaking Nunes. You know, you're talking about the goat. You know what I mean? Like you can't freaking be a police officer, and you know um maybe she's taking it easy for this camp, but still, all you know, you got to think. I don't know if Nunes does something else, but dude, she Nunes, I assure you, you know, most likely Nunes is not doing anything else. She's mostly doing this, right? You know, there's no way. You know, you got to be all in unless you're Stipe Miocic, you know, firefighter on the side, or I don't know if anybody else can do it, and that's no knock against Germaine, but dude, you're talking about the GOAT, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't talking about no, prelim fight here. You know what I mean? You're talking about the creme de la creme. This is the best in the world. You know, you gotta be all in, baby. You know what I'm saying? She can prove me wrong still, of course. But man, like I don't know, dude. Like, like come on, bro. Like you're talking about you know what I mean? We're talking about practice. Like I have no idea how she does all that, like how she multitasks like that. But come on, man. If she does pull it off, that's gonna be insane. I mean, you weren't even training full time and you took out the goat. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. That really until I saw that, man, I thought she really, I mean, she still has a great chance, but man, dude, like come on, bro. Come on, son. Come on, son. All right, now we move on to the co-main event of the evening. I feel like I'm Bruce Buffer. Let's see. Max, Bless, Holloway, Alexander the Great, Volkanovski. All right, all right, all right. Woo, look how much bigger he look. I don't know if that's just a weird pick. Look how much bigger he looks. That's crazy. That's some kind of like that's like a malfunction or something. I mean, that can't be right. There's no way he's that much bigger. Yeah, he's just. I think he's facing us, and the Max is like facing sideways. I don't know, man. But if that's holy cow, dude. If that's how it is, then that's crazy. That looks like a whole nother weight class. Um, all right. So we got okay. So right away, we see the height difference. Max is a lot taller, but Volkanovski got him on reach, which is interesting. Um, the leg reach is longer for Max. He's not too much of a kicker though. He can kick, and he does those spinning back kicks and stuff, but he's not like he'll do some crazy kicks here and there, but as champ, he hasn't really been doing that too much. Like that's what happens a lot when you become champ. You kind of coast a little bit. Like John used to be so crazy. He used to be so fun to watch when he does all that crazy stuff, but now he's kind of toned it down. Same with like GSP and stuff, but he'll still throw them, and so that's where he's got to reach there. That's where he's got an advantage. Volkanovski, I think he kicks a little too, but not too much. Okay, so nothing too like the stats don't really show too much of how it's gonna go, but you gotta think, Volkanovski got that power, right? And so he got that power, but let's see. Max got the he has that relentless style where he just comes at you, man, and he doesn't stop, man. You know what I'm saying? The Blessed Express, and he'll just pitter patter, man. He'll pitter patter, really similar to Diaz. He'll just come at you, just pop, 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 just keep peppering you up. He'll hit you with big shots here and there. Um, but his pressure is relentless, which is going to be really interesting because Volkanovski can keep the pressure too. So, he's a cardio guy too, which is, he's kind of really got a unique kind of body type because he's a power guy, but he can actually go pretty long too. He's a former rugby player, which is pretty fascinating. He used to be like 200 pounds, so he got a good work ethic. He lost all that weight. Um, And one thing you will know about one thing I can kind of say, which is about that, is I used to be kind of not overweight, but I used to be a little chubbier. And when you drop that much weight, like I don't think Max has ever been bigger. He's always been kind of naturally skinny. I think, when you're bigger like that and you lose a bunch of weight like that, you're so used to carrying that weight that you seem like a lot more, lighter and stuff. You seem like, it's like if you can do what you did back then, now, and he says that himself. He says, man, I used to, play all these big dudes in rugby, and now these guys feel like nothing. The featherweights feel like nothing. And also with the weight, now you can move a lot faster. So there is something to that. you know so that's maybe why he doesn't get tired, because he doesn't he's used to all that weight, and now he just goes all day. But Max is just on another level. And what I think is, like, the thing about Max is that when you fight these guys that are like on a run, like Max is, like, it's not necessarily you're not necessarily fighting them. You're fighting their momentum. You're fighting their momentum. So it's not necessary. So all that huge that streak that he has, you're pretty much fighting that streak. you know, and that gives him a lot of confidence. Not that he's not skilled himself, but you're definitely fighting, that momentum, all that wave of wins, and you know what I'm saying, and he's a champ, and he did lose to Poirier, and kind of snapped that, but not at 145. He just beat Edgar. So there is something to that. That's a really powerful thing when you're on a run like that, because it just gives you so much more, like, it's just it's like Volkanovski's on a run too. I think he's at like 17, but it's a different run when you're talking about champ. You're talking about championship fights. He's got that aura of invincibility. And it's very much like when Anderson was, anybody, man, when they're on a run like that, it's a very special time for a fighter. And they almost have that aura around them, so you're not only fighting them, you're fighting the aura. you know and you can see it. You can tell that, man, whenever you compete against anybody and anything, you can always feel the aura first. You know what I mean? And there's a certain aura. There's a certain feeling that you can kind of tell, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they're on a little. They're on. There's something there. And I think his aura right now is really strong, and it's going to take a special individual. It's going to take a special athlete to break that at 145. And Volkanovski has all the tools for sure. And he seems to really believe in himself on the countdown and stuff like that. I mean, he had to, man, to beat Mendez and to beat Aldo. You know what I'm saying? These guys are top notch, top of the food chain. Um, and so he's right there. Great athlete, explosive. His rugby days really play a factor in this. But like I said, man, that aura is you have to beat that aura. Like back when Tyson also was on a run. You know what I'm saying? There's just something special about that time. And you have to be more special. He has the tools to do it. Can he execute? That's always a thing. I think this is his first championship fight. And like I said, the championship fights are different, man. They're different than normal fights. Like I said, can he step up to the plate? Can he have a performance like when Barao, was to, when TJ Dillashaw took out Barao. I mean, yeah, he might have been using, who knows at this point. but still, he needs a performance like that to overthrow that momentum, and and um, that streak. Max has been rocked at 155 by Poirier, and you got to think Volkanovski maybe if not hits as hard, maybe harder. I don't know. I mean, it's a lower weight, but he does pack a punch. Um, um, you know, God, man, this is another good one. Um, man, like I said, Max is just so dominant down there. If he can, if he does get clipped, it's gonna be interesting, man, because they both do have that good cardio. So it's not like if he just withstands the storm, it's not like he can wait out. Volkanovski's still gonna be there. So man, gosh, I'm leaning towards the champ, man. I would not be surprised if there's a upset here. But I am leaning towards the champ. I think his cardio is a little better, and he's just his pressure, and like I said, that aura, the aura of invincibility. There's like I said, it's hard to beat these guys when they're on that run like that. Um, yeah, man, I'm gonna go towards Max. Probably another maybe decision. I think just because yeah, this guy's hard to put away. If not, he'll finish it later, like always, kind of 4-5. Woohoo! Now on to the main event. Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare, versus Colby, Chaos Covington. All right. This is we've been looking forward, true fans have been looking forward to this one. Right off the bat, man, you can tell the difference in body types here. Okay, this is very apparent. Just by the biceps. I mean, but what's interesting about Usman, man, is that he does have good cardio for being, like his coach said it, or I mean, Ali Abdulaziz. He was saying that when Chael was interviewing him, he says you're not supposed to have that good cardio if you look like that. Which is kind of true, man. We don't really see him fade. But he's gonna get tested, man, for sure. I mean, Colby has ridiculous cardio. I mean, he puts on a ridiculous pace. Um, I think he does. He says he does like these, marathons or something with these guys that go for 3 days in a row or some crazy stuff like that. But yeah, man, he definitely he's gonna push it, man. Like I said, that body type is not really too it's not like as bulky, but same thing with Nick Diaz and the Diaz brothers, and but what it is just pure cardio. It's just nonstop cardio. I mean, he can put you away. You can put lesser fighters away, but he's gonna put that pace on. That's where he's really special. Is that pace, man. Like, yeah, man, Kamaru Usman, I mean, crazy performance against Tyron. That's my guy, and he put him away. Um, you know, you got to think. I don't. What whether you think that Tyron was there mentally that night or not, you still got to give it to him. I mean, you can't take nothing away. Tyron was coming up to challenge GSP's leg. You know what I'm saying? His record. I don't know about his legacy, but his record for sure. I think he had like 9 or so defenses, and Tyron had like 4. But I mean, it's not he's not done for sure. But he was fun to challenge that, and Tyron was looking like unstoppable. I personally think that all the stuff he was doing like outside, kind of what happened to Ronda. I mean, he can deny it all he wants, but you only have a certain amount of memory in your CPU, only a certain amount of attention you can give to each and everything. And if you're doing all this stuff, then you're not focused, man. You think Kamaru, he's got an immigrant mentality, and I mean, I know, I'm an immigrant too, and like my family, like it's a different mentality, man. It's like you're all in. You know what I'm saying? You got nothing else, and he's put that immigrant mentality. He's grinding it out every single day. Every he's eating it, sleeping it. He's trying to win this thing. All things. All guns are blazing. For the title. And you got to think Tyron. He had all those options. He had TMZ. He had his music, and he had movies and stuff like that. It's like you got to think, man. You got to think that that played a factor. It definitely played a factor. And when you got a guy like Usman, who's an absolute monster, I mean that in a good way. You gotta be all in, baby. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be all in. You can't be doing all this stuff, dude. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a natural athlete, and he's a hard worker. Like I said, immigrant mentality. He's coming at you. He's got goal. He's goal oriented. He's freaking smart. You gotta freaking mind your p's. Dude, if I'm Tyron, like I said, I don't. He's definitely his own person, obviously, and he can. He knew best what he was doing. He's got kids too. I think Kamaru only has like one kid. I mean, Tyron has. I don't know how he did it. All that I personally don't even know. But I mean, it did work out against Till, which so maybe he thought, okay, I'm at that level where, like I said, the aura. Maybe he was like, okay, okay, I got the aura on my side. I have the punching power. I got the IQ. Super smart, super well read about the sport. So he thought maybe he could edge it out, but man, he just came up against the nightmare. You know what I'm saying? And he just out wrestled them. And I do think that Tyron. And I'm not trying to make this about freaking him against Tyron, but it's a good backstory to this fight because his cardio. Like I said. I'm gonna go to the cardio a lot because that is really important. Like if you've ever freaking fought, um, try punching a punching bag as hard as you can and see how long you last. You know what I'm saying? That's what Frost always says, and it's true, bro. It takes, I think martial arts is the best workout, man, because it just, you can get tired pretty quick, man, and that's why Covington's such a special athlete, and the guys like that because they can last, and I think Tyron did get tired. Um, I don't think he has a cardio based body type. I think it's more like power. It's a trade off. You know what I'm saying? It's always a trade off. I mean, heck, if you want, that power is a gift, but it's a curse too. Because if you can put, it helps when you're freaking putting out Robbie Lawler out in the first round. It helps when you're taking out, Darren Till. But when you come up against guys that are not going away like that, like freaking Kamaru, like Covington, that you're in trouble, man, because these guys are not, they're gonna last, and you're gonna blow your wad, and and that's it, dude. And he's definitely a power guy, and in my humble opinion, everything's an opinion, obviously. Um, it's not necessarily his fault. I don't know if you guys watch Naruto, but there's a certain thing called a Kekkei Genkai, right? A bloodline limit. I'm kind of a manga head, and a nerd like Israel, right? The Kekkei Genkai is basically like what you're born with. It's like it's in your bloodline. So it's like you can't really train for that. Like I'm not gonna make this too much about the manga, but for this example, you can't be born. You don't necessarily have a choice. Like if you're not born with that body type, then you can't really work on that. You either are born with it or you're not. You always got to do with the work with the hand you're dealt. If you're a power guy, then you gotta freaking you got to work. That's you're probably better off lifting or whatever. I mean, you can make yourself, well-rounded as much as you can, but there is a certain way that you're always gonna go more towards, In my opinion, right now is kind of the era of cardio guys. I mean, you can see it with like, Diaz again, and like even John has said, cardio is it, it's like if you can last, it's a huge thing, man. But what's interesting about Kamaru, man, is he is physically, gifted, but he also has, a good gas tank. I don't know if it's as good as Colby, but it's definitely really good, and it's definitely good enough to withstand a guy like Colby or somebody like that. Now we're gonna really see because freaking Colby is the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? He calls himself, the Colby train. You know what I'm saying? It's a little, it can be a little cheesy or something, but I mean, he definitely is trying to hype himself, talk himself up, kind of like Chael, but he can definitely prove it too. I mean, you beat a guy. I don't care who you are, man. You beat Maya. You in my books. You're a, you know what I'm saying. You're a freaking, you're right there, dude. I mean, Maya's, you know what I'm saying. Maya's no freaking picnic for anybody. You know what I'm saying? These guys both beat Maya. I mean, Colby. I think Tyron beat him first, and you beat Maya. That's a huge step. And then you beat RDA, Rafael dos Anjos, and Robbie Lawler. I mean, come on, dude. Like that doesn't even sound possible. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about it, like that shouldn't really happen. Like I mean, you know, you got Maya first of all, which is just a feat in itself, and then you got you beat flipping RDA, which is former champ, and then you beat Robbie, former champ. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, dude. It's like that's he's good. I mean, for sure. I mean, he definitely talks, but he talks a lot of crap and a lot of his staged, but he can definitely back it up. He does walk the walk, kind of like Chael. Really similar to Chael. They're from the same place, Oregon, and maybe what I'm saying, maybe they're all just built like that. No, but both wrestlers, wrestling heavy. I think Colby was a D1. He didn't come. I just watched him hit Chael's breakdown. I think he's like a D1. Like he came in like fifth or something. I don't really know how wrestling works too much, but I think like fifth in the nation or something. But and he calls Kamaru a D2 scrub. I think Kamaru won. He got first or something in D2. So I mean they're both right there. But Kobe may be a little bit higher level, but like I said, it's not like it always happens. People try to compare wrestling. MMA's wrestling is different, man. You got to think about all the different, defense, striking defense, this and that, and it is different. Now, like I said, this breakdown, I'm just trying to do my best here. But if you really want to see, a real good breakdown of these, watch like Inside the Octagon with Dan Hardy or Luke Thomas or something like that. But I'm trying to, I'm kind of, trying to keep it entertaining, but also, trying to just do my best. Just keeps a relentless pace, man. Again, Chael calls him mean. He's just a mean. He's kind of like he's real mean in there. He wants to just come at you and just what I'm saying, just punch you and just be almost like a bully in there. And Usman will probably not have any of that. He'll probably try to fight back or something. So this should be highly competitive. And not only that, but with all the stuff that he's been saying, it should be really good. When you're fighting Colby, you also got to keep in mind, you always got to keep in mind the mental side, right? You always have to, mental warfare, psychological warfare. He brings that. You can't ignore that aspect because, same as Connor, that does impact you. When Nick Diaz was talking to you in the cage, that's mentally impacting you. It's a part of the fight. And you can't, Kamaru, he has gotten under his Kamaru's skin, 100%. It's like you can't not take, we're kind of raised, as kids, oh, this guy said this about you, da da da. Oh, you said this. You're kind of programmed to kind of almost take it personally. I mean, some can really nullify that though. Some can really bounce it off, but really well. Like Diaz again, I use him a lot, but as an example. But in the second fight, he was able to kind of nullify that, and my guy Carlos Condit was able to really nullify that against Nick Diaz in their fight. So you have to kind of be able to really mentally prepare. I think Kamaru can do it. Now, like I said, he has gotten under his skin, and we saw a prime example of that with Jose Aldo. He was so amped up. He just could not wait to get at Connor, and with that muscle tension, when you're tense like that, you're so tense and you're so ready to go, and you just emotionally, you want to let it all go. You want to unleash that anger, and that's actually setting you back. Now, like I said, some can control it to a higher degree, levels of degrees, but it's still gonna be there, man. I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be there. Um, Now, how can he control that? How is that gonna impact him? Is he gonna gas more because of that? Whereas Kobe's gonna be able to capitalize. Not only does he have good endurance over in a regular fight, but now you're talking about with stuff at stake, right? And so that is definitely gonna be an impact. We're gonna see how he deals with that. If he does kind of go in there, try to hurt Kobe and stuff because of all the stuff he's saying, it should impact his endurance. It should take a toll on him even more so in the actual fight. So, he's got to really be calculated here. I can't wait, man. Like 3 days away, baby. Woo! All right, so, but yeah, man, he's gonna put the pressure on for sure. It's kind of really crazy because he's like not really afraid to get punched. He just kind of really relies on that cardio, like really similar to Diaz, man. Diaz just kind of came in there too, and he just keeps punching you. And you got to think Kamaru, he's not really a huge power puncher, and so he's not really maybe gonna put him out with like one huge punch. He definitely can. I mean, he's clipped guys before, but like I said, there's something with cardio guys. They can recover faster. I feel like they can recover faster. I think it's all based on the cardio. So recovery, it's directly linked. I feel, and so if he does get clipped, I feel like he'll just like a cat, he'll just get back on his feet. And he'll just keep punching, man. Like he'll just keep punching, until the wheels fall off. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Usman deals with that. Whether he's gonna punch back and risk kind of getting more tired, or is he gonna try to wrestle him? But make no mistake about it, man. I don't care who you are. You got a body like that. That's a lot of muscle. You know what I mean? I don't care who you are. The rules of anatomy, or whatever, apply. You can't. It's always you can't have that much. I mean, it's not like you can't, but when you have that much muscle, it is gonna freaking impact, your cardio. There's no doubt about it. And I mean, make no mistake about it. Cardio. Covington is gonna capitalize on that, 100%. He should get tired faster than Colby. Now, it's always a give and take, man. With that amount of mass, there's no way. You would think that he would get tired, quicker. But we're about to find out. I do hear he has really good cardio for his build, but like I said, he's fighting a cardio machine. He's fighting the ultimate, endurance athlete here. I mean, I don't know, who's better, him or Diaz brothers, but I mean, he definitely does like marathons too and all that. We're about to find out. It might just be a wrestling match, or it might be a striking match because they're both really, good wrestlers, really good wrestlers. So it might just be, on the feet. Um, we'll see, man. But whoever does get that takedown, you got to think it's like a pride thing, where they're both like national wrestlers, and so you got to think whoever gives up that first one, it's going to be a little bit of a hit to the ego, and then it's going to open up the striking maybe for whoever the other one. He got a 4-inch reach advantage, so that's going to be interesting. Like I said, he has clipped guys before at the end of his punches. And so Colby does have to kind of keep an eye on that. But his pressure is just gonna be so high. I don't think he's really gonna try to do that. Absorbed a little more for Colby. This might be a problem if he's absorbing more, which kind of maybe it's a little too common sense. But you got to figure if he's absorbing more, and Kamaru's landing more on him, Kamaru, he does have more power, so you don't want to take too many of those. And he just came off a fight with Robbie, what I'm saying? He was a power puncher, so okay, here's maybe a little difference here. More takedowns for Colby, which kind of make the like again, he might be a wrestler, might be a better wrestler. Takedown accuracy the same. Takedown defense 100%. Okay, this is where things get interesting because okay, takedown offense really good for Colby, 100%. I mean defense really good here. This might be the tale of the story. Cuz you got to think if he's got that 100%, man. I mean that's crazy. Um I don't know how many attempts people have on him, but dude, I mean 100%. I mean that means he's never been taken down, right? And so if Colby can actually take him down, that in itself will be a feather in his cap, and that should hit his ego down a notch. And but you got to think, man. I mean, that's crazy. You don't get that, for no reason. So and a big part of Colby's game is taking people down, and so if he's not able to do that, that's gonna really freaking hamper him. I mean, he can still strike, but if like Colt was soaking Usman. So this right here is going to be really interesting to see if he can actually take him down. So I think it's going to come down to this. Um, can he take him down? Like I said, it's a huge part of his game. If he can't take him down, I think that Kamaru is um a better. I mean, he's definitely got more power. I don't know if he's a better striker. But a little more significant strikes, a little more power. So man, I really think it's gonna come down to that. Who can take who down? Um, um, and yeah, a lot of his stuff is based on the ground, like submissions. Striking. A lot of his confidence comes from taking people down. And so if you can't do that, you gotta think, man. You gotta think. Kamaru's gonna take this one. I did have Kamaru winning this. It's gonna be close, man. And I hate to count out Colby, not because I like one guy or the other, but because I have counted him out kind of in the past, and he seems to be like kind of like the underdog, but not. I mean, a lot of people seem to count him out, and then he always kind of ends up. He got a little chip on his shoulder, and he always comes out on top. All right, so here's what I think a lot of people are kind of sleeping on for this. Yeah, Colby talks a lot of crap, but you got to think, man. He talks a lot of crap and stuff like that. But Colby's the underdog, man. Colby's the underdog here. Like I love Usman and stuff, and he's an immigrant just like me and stuff like that, and he had to work super hard. He's got his family. But it's not necessarily about Colby beating him. It's about what Colby stands for. And I'm not talking about like Trump or anything like that. Like I'm not for Trump. Um, and I'm talking about his backstory, like the story of the underdog. You know, the story of the rebel, the guy that's, overlooked, the guy that's always, bet against. They were about to cut him. A lot of people don't understand what he's doing. He's just trying to, they were about to cut him. They're like, your style is boring or whatever, we don't like you, da da da. So he had to cut that promo in Brazil. And I'm not saying that was good. I'm not saying that, whatever he did was good and you should, all do that. But he kind of was backed into a corner. And now he's kind of going all out. He got a little chip, a big chip, I guess, kind of on his shoulder. And he's kind of, it's him versus the UFC. Like, he doesn't even like Dana. Like, he's the freaking, he's the vigilant, he's kind of the underdog here. He's the rebel. He's kind of like Nick Diaz. He's kind of going against the UFC, against Dana. And I'm not, I don't hate Dana or anything like that, but he's going up against the machine. You know what I mean? And so you guys should maybe, the ones that are kind of just seeing him cut these promos and stuff and be like outspoken, you got to kind of look between the lines and see what he's doing. He really is the underdog. He's, if you know anything about him, I guess he's, from the trailer park or something, and, he came up from nothing. So a lot of people could probably relate more if they kind of knew the real him, but he kind of likes to be hated. But if you really knew what's going on, maybe a lot of people would cheer for him because he really is kind of like going up against the man. He's challenging authority. But man, you got to think, this is just a different level of athlete, man. This is, a real, physical specimen, real special athlete, man. And he's got the brains, he's got the commitment. Like I said, now, you don't see him doing all these crazy, TMZ, not, whatever. I'm not saying that Tyron went wrong there. He's trying to feed his family, but you don't see him distracted, which is very dangerous. A focused man, on top. What I'm saying, with his level of abilities and his IQ and just freaking just the cardio. Like I said, he's got really good cardio for a physically strong guy. And so, man, I think it's just too many factors for Colby. Like I said, his thing that he does have, his ace of spades, is that pressure, which we're gonna see right away if he can overwhelm him. If he does, it can definitely go to him. If not, you gotta think, man. You gotta think. You gotta give it to Usman, man. So I'm gonna go with Usman. I think maybe decision. And if not a late stoppage. So yeah, man, that's gonna be it for this one. Like I said, crazy fight card. This is stacked. Super excited again. For my birthday, I couldn't ask for a better card. But yeah, man. I hope you guys like that. If you did, punch that subscribe button, baby. And kapow! I gotta add some effects on this. But yeah, man, what I'm saying? Like, share, comment your thoughts. Who you think is gonna win? Who's your favorite fight on this card? Y'all think that Colby can do it, or is the welterweight king gonna emerge victorious? Kamaru, Usman. Let me know, and say reach out to me if y'all want to do some kind of little podcast or a little collab or something like that. Let me know. But yeah, that's it. Enjoy the fights. Be safe. Happy holidays. Subscribe.